Hare Krishna. Welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. Bhakta Rameshwar Nayak Prabhuji will be reading the Namamrita. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। Chanting the holy name is more important than mechanical meditational yoga in this age. Maitreya to Vidura. By thus practicing severe austerities, Maharaja Prithu gradually became steadfast in spiritual life and completely free from all desires for fruitive activities. He also practiced breathing exercises to control his mind and senses, and by such control, he became completely free from all desires for fruitive activity. The word pranayamaya is very important in this verse because the Hatha yogis and Ashtanga yogis practice pranayama, but generally they do not know the purpose behind it. The purpose of pranayama or mystic yoga is to stop the mind and senses from engaging in the fruitive activities. And the so-called yogis who practice in Western countries have no idea of this. The aim of pranayama is not to make the body strong and fit for working hard. The next page, please. The aim is worship of Krishna. In the previous verse, it was specifically mentioned that whatever austerities, pranayama, and mystic yoga practices Prithu Maharaj performed were performed for the sake of worshipping Krishna. Thus, Prithu Maharaj serves as a perfect example for yogis also. Whatever he did to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. The minds of those who are addicted to fruitive activity are always filled with unclean desires. Fruitive activities are symptomatic of our polluted desire to dominate material nature. As long as one continues to be subject to polluted desires, he has to accept one material body after another. So-called yogis, without knowledge of the real purpose of the yoga, practice it in order to keep the body fit. Thus, they engage themselves in fruitive activities, and thus they are bound by desire to accept another body. They are not aware that the ultimate goal of life is to approach Krishna. In order to save such yogis from wandering throughout the different species of life, the Shastras warn that in this age, such yogi practices is simply a waste of time. The only means of elevation is the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Next page, please. King Prithu activities took place in Satya Yuga, and in this age, the practice of yoga is misunderstood by fallen souls and fallen souls who are not capable of practicing yoga anything. Consequently, the Shastras enjoin Kalau nasti eva gati ranyata. The conclusion is that unless karmis, jnanis, and yogis come to the point of devotional service of Lord Krishna, their so-called austerities and yoga have no value. Naraditaya. If Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is not worshipped, there is no point in practicing meditational yoga, performing karma yoga, or culturing empiric knowledge. As far as pranayama is concerned, chanting the holy name of the Lord and the dancing in ecstasy are also considered pranayama. Here, the word pranayama does not refer to any ulterior motive. The actual aim is to strengthen the mind and senses in order to engage them in devotional service. In the present age, this determination can be very easily acquired simply by chanting the holy names Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.23.8. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। श्री श्री राधारास बिहारी भगवान की जय, ललिता सखी विशाखा माता की जय, गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गौरांग निताय महाप्रभु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, हिज होलीनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग प्रोग्राम की जय। If somebody is sitting in a train which goes to Delhi, but he doesn't know that we have to go to Delhi, then only sitting in this train is viable. But he sits and he gets doubts in the middle of the train, in some middle station, then the purpose of going to Delhi will not be achieved. So similarly, the pranayam or the yogas is meant to reach to the stage of samadhi. And in samadhi, one has to concentrate on Lord Vishnu's form. And as we know, the so-called yogis and so-called whatever the people who are doing in the name of yoga in the material world, they basically do to keep the body fit and to keep the body fit and to enjoy. The main purpose of doing the yoga is to enjoy. But yoga is not meant for enjoying. Yoga is meant to connect the mind with the Lord, and ultimately we should be, atti ahar, what we say, yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar. Pratyahar is meant to leave the things. But the so-called people who are doing the yoga in the modern world, they don't encourage that thing. They still say that you can do good activities, they can do all other activities. But the purpose of the yoga is to come to the level of concentration where we are totally focused on the Lord. And through Bhakti Yoga, the process which is given by our acharyas, it is very easily we can achieve that. And that's why it says, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Naste, Vanaste, Vanaste, Ate Gargati Ranyata. Our Shastras give, very, all the ways by which the Jivatmas can be easily uplifted. It gives the way. So there is a process, walking process and a lift process. I always say Bhakti Yoga is a lift process where a mind easily gets connected with the Lord lovingly, and all other things which are required in the mind for leaving other things can automatically be leave. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shri Prabhupada, Jai, morning chanting.